So we've got another big SBC. It's not quite Ronaldinho just yet, but Jaap Stam's prime hero is here. Honestly, it's a fantastic SBC. I mean, centre-back wise, it comes in clutch with obviously having the Team of the Year chain centre-back, which is going to be interesting in itself. So if you're looking for coins, head to the description of the video, have a look at U7, click go to site, and you'll be transported straight to the coin page for FC25. There is plenty of amounts, and we know full well that U7 are the cheapest, safest, reliablest coins that you can get out there. Once selected your product, click buy, and you'll also be given a newcomer an extra bonus per time. Then obviously head over to the discount, type in JT11 for your discount code, and you'll be able to get that lovely 8% off every single time. And there is also massive creators that are on screen that are also affiliated with U7 Buy. And if that's not enough to convince you, there is lots of different reviews that you can go on Trustpilot and have a look for yourselves. Safe, reliable, and fast. And to be honest, it comes in just shy of 1 million coins, which is probably about right because the market at the moment is a little bit higher because obviously people are saving packs for Team of the Year, and as we see is coming in at 919 with all of these squads. So we've obviously got an 85 with a Team of the Week, same on the second one, same on the third one, 86 twice with a Team of the Week. We've got 187 with a Team of the Week, 2 without, and then we've got 3 88s. Now, depending on who you're actually finishing, because we did have a massive one in Jairzinho as well. That is a huge SBC. And also the leaks that Ronaldinho's come in. Plus then just generically what is going to come out during Team of the Year. Moments, flashbacks, maybe even an honourable mention SBC at some point. I would always kind of just give it a second before completing these. Team of the Year is right around the corner, and these two SBCs specifically have got 55 and 58 days to be completed. Now, obviously, with Jaap Stam, to make him the most kind of vital person in your team, you need to get him completed as soon as possible, because naturally the quicker you complete him, the longer he's going to have more relevant into the game. Because I can't imagine now they've given him this SBC, next time we get heroes in a promo, he's probably going to be in there, because normally they don't give you the best kind of player of that type without having a better one in mind. It's just a theory anyway. And he is one of the better centre-backs in the game. I think his base version is still very good. This was just a little bit of an upgrade, which is always nice. He's got himself the pace to defend in the physical. We've obviously got the composure and the reactions as well. The Bruiser Plus is good enough. Every other defensive playstyle rather than bar from slide tackle, and he does also have the aerial as well. Now the question is how do you grind a card like this? Now, depending on if you are opening packs now still, or if you are saving them for Team of the Year, it does work in the same theory, because naturally you want to be opening all of the packs and putting any fodder into this. Now, if you are looking at the upgrades, for instance, that's always a great one. We know full well with Jaap Stam, if we look on Futbin, his lowest rated teams are the 385s. It then goes up to the 86. And the wonderful thing about any upgrades in FC25 at the moment, most of them are an 85 and below. That tends to be where you find these SBCs. So for instance, if we was to look at a mixed campaign pack, we need an 85 rated team, fair enough, and an 84. That is going to give you a guaranteed 86 and above, and it is also a player pick of 1 of 3, so the likely chance is you probably will get somebody a little bit higher, maybe an 88, maybe even a cheeky 90, which will go really well into them 88s. Then we've obviously got the 78 player picks at the moment. They have only got 2 days left, so if you want to utilize any of them, that's always perfect as well. But we are now getting the 83 times 5 attackers. So this is going to be where a lot of the fodder's going. But you only have to put in 187 and just an 84 rated team. So more than likely a couple of 84s, a few 83s. If we was to do that, actually, I don't know if I've got anybody in the storage. But for instance, this would look kind of something like this. Let's just put any of the storage in. We then just need 187, because basically what I'm trying to get at here is that these are not going to affect any of the SBC for Jaap Stam. Now obviously the 87 is going to take 1 away, unfortunately, and do I really want to give up Son? I mean, we'll give up De Jong. You got to give up the lowest, and I'm not giving up Saliba or Teo at the moment, and then the rest of them can be pretty much, I'd imagine, 83s to 84s. I can't imagine it to be too much higher because we've got that 87 in there. And realistically, I'm not trying to put many 83s into an 85 rated SBC because you're going to need to go a lot higher than that to be able to fill that squad up to get to the 85 as well. So with this one, it's purely the fact that we have got that 87 in, and I've already got an 84 in there. That's going to make it 83. Can this make it 84? Beautiful. So realistically, I'm giving up 187, 3 84s, the rest 83s, and 182 just because of storage. So all of them wouldn't have gone into Jaap Stam anyway, bar from the 87 and maybe a couple of the 84s. So you can obviously utilize what you've got. I've broke the game again, and basically get all of the upgrade packs. So again, 83 times 5, that hopefully then will give you somebody better to go into Jaap Stam. And just generically, that's how upgrades work anyway. So if you are looking to then go one step backwards and think, well, I need to get the fodder to be able to do all of that, then we obviously have got a few ways for that as well. And that again comes down to if you're opening packs or saving them. If you're saving them, this is just done later on. And to be honest, it's stuff you can do every single day because it is the boring stuff. It's the admin of FC25. And you can either, there's two ways of going about it. You can do your admin stuff and do your 83 times 10s, but then doing the daily golds, doing the daily silvers, the daily bronzes to help get a lot of the commons, which then go into your upgrade packs, your player picks, and then yada yada, it keeps going forward. Then also looking into your league SBCs. That's kind of the boring stuff to then eventually get yourselves into the 83 times 5 attackers, the 83 times 10. Or you can obviously just go buy packs. I mean, it's the two worlds of it. It's either money or grinded. They're kind of the two ways that FC runs. And that's what's going to help you get Jaap Stam done as quick as possible. Now, obviously, you've got different rewards from different modes. Rival rewards. You've obviously got champs rewards. And then also, if you really wanted to, squad battles. But to be honest, I reckon you could just miss that one out anyway. Rivals and champs are normally the better options in terms of what packs you get back for the games that you play. Squad battles, I just think it's pretty much done now at this point. Unless there's some like mode mastery in it, then obviously it can be a little bit more worth it. So then if you are opening up the 83 times 5, the 83 times 10 attackers and normal right now, you can obviously utilize what you get. Make sure you're putting everything back. So if you're doing the 83 times 10 and you get 2 86s, you don't put them straight back in here because I think this is what, an 84 team, one team of the week. It's a pretty standard team like we got the 82 times 14. This is just going to give you hopefully a solid amount of 84s, 5 and 6s, and you utilize the highest players into Jaap Stam. Then obviously you can then go ahead and put the rest back into that, and you could do another one and another one, very similar to how we do the 83 times 15 I think it is, or 83 times 11, 12, whatever. That's normally the way that it goes. And obviously when it comes to the 88s, it's going to take a little bit of luck. They're not necessarily the easiest SBCs to complete, and especially with not necessarily a crazy amount of players that we can use. You've just kind of got to try and use what you've got at the moment if you have got a bit of a squad, but then also utilizing your upgrades. We're going to get Team of the Year honorable mentions. More than likely we'll get other stuff in packs and different upgrades that hopefully allow us to get some nice high rated fodder. And more than likely the biggest thing, and it's the one thing to always check when doing these SBCs, if you check by cheapest by player, you can see the cheapest players in each of the roles. So obviously, if we're looking at an 85 and maybe the jump up to an 86 is only 1.7k, could you make that jump up and make it a bit cheaper that way? Could then the exact same for the 87 or 88s? Is it worth just going all out for an 89 rather than buying a 12.5k 87 or 88 in fact? That's going to be something you can have a look at, but then also you can see these prices and have a look now and see once people start opening packs up this Friday, and you can obviously see that potentially drop down massively depending on who's in packs and what's in packs at the time. I'd imagine the honourable mentions might come with the first set because otherwise there'd only be 6 forwards if they follow the same pattern in packs at one point. So it is always good to have a look at that, and more than likely if we do get a market drop like that, Jaap Stam probably goes down to about 700k instead. And if you wanted to buy him off the market, he is 830. So it is just doing the boring stuff to start with. To be able to get him for as very little coins spent as possible, it is just putting everything into him. You'd get him done pretty quickly. You would be surprised with all of the packs that are being saved, all of the stuff that you will get over Team of the Year as well that we can hopefully grind out for very little. Like, I've only got so many packs saved. Obviously this goes to 30 and that's it. There isn't necessarily a crazy amount, but it's probably enough to get at least half of him done. And just doing a couple of rival rewards, a couple of champs rewards, and you'd be pretty much there anyway. So it is just all about doing all of the challenges, the upgrades, the objectives, and getting as many packs in as possible, and then just put your laser focus on that. It's as simple as that one. Upgrades tend to be lower than what the SBC needs anyway, so you don't even have to differentiate between, oh, I need to put the 83s into this and then put them into Jaap Stam. We just need to keep the 85s. As little them is used in any of the upgrades is as perfect as possible. So let me know if you are going to complete him. I think he is a wonderful SBC to complete, so I don't think you're going to make a bad option there, and probably one of the better centre backs we've got in the game so far. So I can imagine it's probably quite worth it. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you for the next one. Peace!